What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? So, Beauty and the Beast,
Kong Skull Island,
Logan,
Episode 8, Last Jedi
The
teaser
best
trailer.
love letters to Hollywood that we have
This
ever
film
seen.
is a masterpiece. So, until the next time, goodbye.
Spider-Man Homecoming is directed by John Watts, and it is the latest film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it tells the story of Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, and how he juggles his role of being a teenager as Peter Parker and his life as Spider-Man, trying to be one of the Avengers, trying to please Tony Stark, building on that role that he had in Captain America Civil War. Right off the bat, I'm just going to say I'm really glad that they skipped the Peter Parker Spider-Man origin story. We know what happened in Civil War. They just said, here is Spider-Man, this is what happened, we know what happened, he got bitten by a spider, and they skipped the entire origin story, and this film is much better off for it. We know that Uncle Ben dies. Who wants to see Uncle Ben die again? And we know that with great power comes great responsibility, and Spider-Man Homecoming benefits from not having to do that story again. Now, there are lots of things that I really like about Homecoming. First off, Tom Holland is excellent as Peter Parker and Spider-Man. He really captures all the different parts of Spider-Man's character, his innocence and also his desire to do good and to please Tony Stark in this film, and to be one of the Avengers. So Tom Holland is excellent as Spider-Man. All the supporting performances, I'll talk about Robert Downey Jr. later on, but all his friends, they're really likeable and energetic and funny, and the entire high school teen angsty coming of age setting is a really nice refreshing change of pace for the MCU. It was similar in tone to a John Hughes film, and there are lots of parts of the film that pay homage to Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and it was nice because the film takes its time with its characters, and it's charming, it's sweet, and it's really funny in some places. Again, Homecoming feels decidedly non-MCU. There's never a big action sequence that threatens the end of the world, and it was a really nice self-contained personal story. Robert Downey Jr. is great as Tony Stark. He really sells that mentor-like aspect of the character, and many people were worried about the fact that this could be Iron Man 4, they were just trying to shoehorn Tony Stark in, but he's not in it that much, and the scenes that he has in it with Peter Parker are very good, and the advice that he gives to Peter really strengthen the film's main message of how it's not about the suit, it's about what's on the inside that makes Spider-Man who he is. And that's a message that really applies to everyone, and Robert Downey Jr. is excellent as the character, which we know already. Jon Favreau was also really funny as Happy Hogan. He's been in the previous Iron Man films, but never that much, so it was nice to see an expanded role. He was like a disgruntled father figure for Peter in Homecoming, and he was really funny, and it was nice to see him get more screen time than he's had previously. The film really takes its time building its characters, like Wonder Woman, which I really liked. Some of the best parts of the film are the non-actiony moments, when it's just Peter and his friends, when he's learning about life and he's going to parties and he's doing all the things that you do in high school. And once again, it was really nice to see a more personal, self-contained story in the MCU. And now I want to talk about Michael Keaton as the Vulture. Finally, the MCU has a great villain. Michael Keaton has such a good screen presence. He's intimidating when he has to be, and he has a backstory that we learn of early in the film that really sells his motivations, and his character makes sense. And Michael Keaton can be menacing, and he can be funny, and he's such a likeable actor, and he really brings it in this role. And the Vulture is the best villain that we've had since Loki, and villains have been a major problem for Marvel, but now we have a very good one, and hopefully one that we can see in later films. As for flaws, the film doesn't have many, but some of the action sequences don't have the high stakes that you really feel they should have, and they don't feel as important or as in the moment as they really should. There are occasional patches in the film where not much is happening, and the plot sort of ambles for a bit before refinding its direction, and some of the things that don't involve Peter in the school aren't as exciting and don't have the consequences of the things that do involve Peter and Spider-Man. But overall, it was really nice to see Marvel have a change of pace in their films before their heavy hitters come out, before Thor comes out, before Infinity War, more importantly. It was really nice to see a film that was self-contained. It was sweet, funny, charming, it took its time with its characters, and Tom Holland is excellent as Spider-Man, and I can't wait to see him in future films. Homecoming is a very nice film that fits in the MCU nicely. It isn't a masterpiece or anything, but it is still a very nice superhero film. I'm going to give Spider-Man Homecoming a B+. So those are my thoughts on Spider-Man Homecoming. What did you think? Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, and until the next time, goodbye.